Porter playing alongside Andrea Lee. Andrea, a player who's played in the Solheim Cup for the United States. She won a few years ago in Portland. Very talented amateur player. Played her collegiate golf at Stanford. Very steady player, Morgan. I think maybe getting some confidence into her game and feeling like she belongs out here, not overthinking it, getting kind of ahead of herself.
That's the Achilles heel of every golfer, is your brain getting in the way, getting too far ahead of yourself.
These 3 holes, 9, 10, and 11, are on the other side of Chapel Avenue. There's a road that actually runs through the golf course. The bridge, you go over the top of that road. And in fact, the tee shot at the 9th, you hit over the road, but it's deep down in the cutting. You can't see it. Not the only golf course on the LPGA schedule where you hit over a road that is in use during the tournament. Second hole at the Evian.
There are spectators standing down there as well.
Yeah.
Risking their lives. I don't think for the LPGA players.
Maybe in the Pro-Am, yeah.
But during the Pro-Am, I've seen some interesting shots on that hole.
Andrea Lee, no, didn't like it right away. Andrea Lee, one of the only players in contention here who played on the wrong side of the draw the first couple of days.
Grown up watching on television, it can be a nerve-wracking experience for these youngsters. I know it was for me.
Yeah, you were out here as a teenager playing in major championships. Andrea Lee there. Were you, how old were you, 13 when you qualified for US Women's Open?
I was. When I played, I was 13, yes. It's kind of funny to think back at that now, to see other 13-year-olds and think, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't really think that at the time.
Minjee in the tie for 12th at the moment at 8 under par. Back to number 12 and Andrea Lee second.
Doesn't typically move the ball left to right. That right hole location, not an easy one to get close to coming from the rough. That's a short-sided miss. That's not going to be an easy up and down there, Tom.
Yeah, that's a mistake on a hole which...
There.
Oh, wow. This is where Andrea Lee's second shot finished. Really awkward.
Choking way up on it. Everything sloping away from her.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot from Andrea Lee. That close to dropping in, so she's going to stay at 12 under. An easy hole. The yardage doesn't really reflect the difficulty. Back to the tee at the 13th and Andrea Lee. Seems that fairway is just really rolling out.
I mean, if a player like...
Final round coverage continuing at the Mizuho Americas Open. Andrea Lee at 13 and a chance to get to 13 under. Talented amateur player in her young career. A one-time winner on the LPGA Tour, that coming back in 2000. A bridge spanning over 6,000 feet. So much history, a part of its story. As we get back to the action here at Liberty National Golf Club. Entering the home stretch here in this final round of the Mizuho Americas Open. Andrea Lee trying to join Boudier at 14 under.
Yeah, this really is an incredible place to watch golf, Kelly. Looks like you can reach out and touch the skyline of Manhattan across the upper bay of New York Harbor. And this is Andrea Lee going to putt flat at the beginning here and then down into the area where they've cut the flag today. A really good judge of pace there from Andrea Lee.
Well, our view was a bit blocked, but the crowd told us just what we needed to know. It was a good effort. Hard to be very aggressive on that one, Tom.
Yeah, it's just got that little light green shine to it, that area of the green, so you know it's kind of downhill, down grade, so the speed can certainly get away from players if they get too aggressive.
Yeah,
Morgan has just been tough. Yeah, tough Morgan for.
Let's head to the par 4 15th and the second for Andrea Lee. Tom Abbott watching.
Yeah, 215 yards to go here for Andrea Lee. As you say, Morgan, this hole playing very, very tough today, and Andrea not one of the longer hitters, but safely in the fairway, which is the first part. Finding fairways on this golf course is really the key, but this is a difficult second shot with that flag a long way back in the green. There's a low one out to the right. Going to miss the putting surface, so she's going to have to get it up and down for a par.
It's going to be a long pitch. Andrea's played some tremendous golf this week in the toughest of the conditions. She was in the late early wave the first 2 days, which had the brunt.
Our coverage continues in the final round of the Mizuho Americas Open. And just a moment ago, this was Andrea Lee for birdie at 15.
Yeah, this was going to be slow and up the hill for the majority of the putt. It just doesn't have the pace.
Interesting choice there, Tom, to take the putter with so much grass to cover.
Well, the lead here over the next hour or so. So let's check in with the action on the course. And we have Andrea Lee now for par after a pretty big miss there with the birdie attempt. Look at this. Oh.
You almost feel like that one had to go in for Andrea. Start running out of holes. And she knew it. You could sense that. I know it's a tough hole, this 15th. She putted so well yesterday. 11 or 12 one putts on her card. Just sensational with the flat stick.
We're going to keep it right. Yeah, we're going to keep it right here with Nelly Corda and Michelle. I'd love to take this opportunity to ask you yesterday to talk about that. He said he never had to ask her to do more for practice. She was always on top of it. Andrea Lee at 16, her second.
Yeah, 111 yards. The flag today is cut in a bowl on that right side of the green. Can't quite see the bottom of the flag, but you can hear the reaction of the gallery.
I expected that to take a...
Birdie chances are running out here for Andrea Lee. Let's see if she can capitalize here at the 16th.
Yeah, this one down the hill should move towards that penalty area on her left.
This is Andrea Lee in a bit of trouble here, but looks to have a decent lie at 17.
Yeah, good lie over there. 149 yards for Andrea. She's leaked a couple of drives to the right, like she did here, trying to use that slope left of the flag to bring it back. Players can't see the putting surface from down here in the fairways.
A little bit of thicker grass. It looks like she could get to the back of the ball.
And this is Andrea Lee trying to move it to 13 under par. It's going to have a lot of movement in this putt.
This is really fast.
Good look though, and just gonna miss on that right side. Maybe didn't quite have the pace to get there, but may not win here, but the race to the CME Globe points, world ranking points, they all count come the end of the season, and you never quite know what one shot here or there, what difference that'll make come late in the year. Those lucrative bonuses in players' contracts, for example, and also getting into that CME Group Tour Championship.
Well, it's coming down to these last two holes.
In that week off between the Chevron Championship and here has sure paid off this week.
Andrea Lee at the 18th. Her second.
Andrea Lee close to 180 yards with that second shot on a very good line. Might just need to go a little bit.
Not too bad.
You know, it's not easy. I mean, it's even for Gino, you know, coming off the CME Group Tour Championship last year, that big victory, hard to double down, validate, continue to stay at the top of your game.
As we watch Andrea Lee for birdie to get it to 13. Yeah, I mean, Tiger Woods was once asked about expectations and how do you meet them? How do you constantly do it year in and year out. He said, because my expectations are so much bigger than the ones that everyone else puts on me. He sets goals beyond the imagination so that he stays hungry. And I guess that's something maybe people who become distant number ones like Annika and Nelly have to do to stay hungry.
It's about compartmentalizing and setting your own goals and really only focusing on that. And not listening to the noise, because there is so much noise. It's always there when you're at the top of the game.